Welcome back. What we are going to be doing today is I'm going to show you how I painted the side panels. I'm going to show you how to fix this and talk about other things that need to be done on the ZX9R. Enjoy. I just painted a third coat on this and you can barely tell anymore. I didn't film that because, painting is painting, but during the time I would let this paint dry, I discovered a couple of problems on this bike. So, first problem is this is way too loose. I mean, this should not be happening. I don't want that happening while I'm riding this bike. Then, the other problem is, I don't know if your camera picks this up, but let's see if it'll pick that up a little bit. You can see right here the oil residue, and that's not good. It means my fork is leaking, which means now I have to figure out how I'm going to raise the bike. I do not own a front center stand, and thirdly, the other problem that's popped up is that I'm missing the what's it called? The drive chain, whatever. Well, it's just to protect the swing arm, and I don't have it. So I had to go find that part. Kawasaki doesn't sell it anymore. I was lucky that I found someone who was taking their bike apart and selling it off bit by bit. So I got that part new, since Kawasaki doesn't sell it. And unfortunately, my other bike has decided, as you can tell, to have rather a nice leak right here on the clutch side. And yeah, looks like I got a lot of repairs to do. Let's go back to me painting the side paneling and covering up the horrible crumbly paint job that was done on this bike. So what I'm doing right now is trying to get rid of everything that is standing really proud, like right here it has a sharp edge. Smooth that out some. Now I don't know what the previous owner did, but he apparently must have poured some kind of abrasive liquid on there. And I'm guessing, since this is the clutch slave cylinder side, that he ended up pouring brake fluid over it. And that definitely did a number on the paint job he had. And I'll show you guys after and before pictures. I don't have the same exact black, but I'm just trying to cover it up and make the bike look a little bit more representable. Dear God, here we go again with the language failure. And I'm definitely going to repaint the entire panels on this bike. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to stay with the same exact black or if I'm going to go with a little bit of a more metallic flake, black with metallic flake on it. We'll see. Maybe leave a comment down below what you guys think I should and what color I should paint it. It's definitely going to be black. I don't feel like changing all the paperwork on it. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Okay, I'm just using regular lacquer spray for high gloss finish. And I already shook the rattle can, so yeah, let's give it a shot. I'm just gonna leave it as is. It's just to cover it up till I can get some proper paint on this. It looks already much better. I mean, sure, up close you can still see where the paint split off, but like I said, this is just to cover it up for the time being. And yeah, let's see what we can do over here too a little bit. It's kind of difficult filming this and hitting it with some paint. But that from afar looks pretty great, so let's see. I got this little spot over here still. Yep. Cover that up some more. There we go. And most of this is going to be underneath the bike, so no one's really going to pay much attention to that part. I haven't decided yet if I want to just leave these abrasions here or not. But I think for the time being, I might just leave it like this, because the other side panel is just as bad at those exact same points. I'm guessing either he dropped the bike or leaned it against the wall. Yeah. But basically quick hide and seek from paint damage. So after a couple of coats, you can still see, for example right up here, you can still see where the paint was chipped off. But like I said, this is temporary. I'm looking to have these redone properly, because I hate a bad paint job on a bike. So actually I just hate bad paint jobs, period. So while I let the paint dry, I am going to go ahead and take this apart. There's only 2 screws, one up here and one slightly hidden down there. And I'm gonna see if I can figure a way to keep this from being so loose, because I don't like that. I'm thinking about maybe putting a piece of foam in there or something in order to tighten it up a little bit more, because I already tried tightening the screws and that did not work at all. So I went ahead and looked around what I had at home while I'm still waiting for all the other parts to arrive and to find them, and I found a bit of foam, really thin squishy foam, and I'm gonna cut a piece out of it out and see if I can place it in there. So just a quick side note, anybody who just thinks you have to loosen these 2 screws up and you can pull the entire thing off, there is a plastic knob that needs to go into the bars, and I'm going to show you guys that in just a second, because the person who owned this bike before must have just pulled it off and didn't pay much mind to how everything was being held in place, and he busted off the little plastic knob, so I went ahead and replaced it with a screw. So I'm not wanting to remove the whole console right here, all the controls. But you can see right there down in the middle, that little screw, that goes directly into the handlebars and holds everything in place. Now, what I'm wanting to do is place this piece of foam somehow, well, not on between this, but somehow so I can clamp it so that it has more holding pressure. What I was going to do didn't work. All of it's still attached, so I figure I'd take it off anyways and show you guys. So I did show you guys this part already when I pried it slightly opened, and that's where the what's it called, that plastic nipple, plastic knob is supposed to be attached, and this is missing. Now you can replace this with a small furniture screw, and that usually goes directly into this hole and holds everything in place. This is also the reason why I don't understand why people yank on things if they do not understand how they are put together. Rather than doing that, just take your time and unscrew every single bolt, make sure nothing's glued or stuck in some other kind of thing, or doesn't have something that's supposed to hold it in place that you need to know about. And yeah, so what I'm going to try and do is around the radius right here and the opposite side of this radius is I'm going to try and place a piece of foldable or manual foam, really thin piece, and hopefully that'll tighten it up. So this is what I'm planning on using. You can buy this in most craft stores. I've already used it once in order to make the spacers, which you can see right here. Since I didn't feel like buying those rubber spacers and Kawasaki doesn't sell them anymore, I've made my own, and as you can see, I'm actually shaking the whole bike. Just by the mirrors, I was able to tighten up everything properly without damaging the plastics and protecting it. Because if I'm riding down the road, I don't want to hear this knocking and this wiggling around from the windshield, the mirrors. So that worked there. So that's what I'm going to plan on doing here. So here we are. Here's the strip that I've cut. I've cut this just roughly the length that it fits around the bars. And yeah, let's see if that works. You just have to place it in here, maybe trim it a little bit, and we'll see. I'm gonna try it out right now. So that is one problem solved. As you can see, this will not budge anymore. Now, once you have everything put in, check if the throttle is still working, and if all the switches are functioning. Stick the key in there, turn it on. I'm not going to do this because I'm currently in a closed garage and it's raining outside. But as you can see, this literally does the trick. It's a quick fix. It's not perfect, but it works. So we fixed this. The switch works. It's not going to move anymore. Next thing is probably building something in order to lift the front bike, or going out and buying a center stand in order to remove the forks and replace the seals, and installing as soon as the other parts come, the chain guard for the swing arm, and maybe eventually even a video on a Suzuki on fixing the gasket, which I actually have to see if I can still get one, because not actually the youngest bike anymore. But anyways, please like and subscribe and comment down below.